Hello everyone, I'm Sophie and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. Today I'll be reading from this book, Unleashing Buddhanature, Personal Accounts by those touched and reformed through the teachings of His Eminence the 25th Sam Rinpoche. And I'll be continuing on with Pastor Henry's story, When the Chips Are Down, starting from page 129. So let me share with you a picture of Pastor Henry. There you go. Pastor Henry is the one that's on Rinpoche's right. And this is Kechara Soup Kitchen. Right. So page 129. The discipline required during the retreat I did with Angel was a walk in the park compared to the meetings other liaisons and I had to sit through with Rinpoche. Some of the meetings would start before dinner time and lasted all the way until the next morning. We would be hungry, sleepy, and sticky from not showering. Sometimes Rinpoche would even torture us by savoring his food in front of us or drinking his beverage loudly. As we were still newbies in our relationship with Rinpoche, we were confused yet in awe. None of us were bold enough to request to eat in front of our guru, who is supposed to be our living Buddha. We had to just keep our drool and droopy eyelids in check. I would be lying if I told you I accepted that treatment without complaint. In my heart, I was grumbling about how uncomfortable I felt as I had not showered, how much my back ached from sitting too long, how weak I was without food in my body for so many hours, how badly I missed my bed, and so on. Yet, gradually, I came to the realization that I can stay upright without eating for a while or sleeping at the same time every night. My life had been caged in limitations, but this is not what Buddhism is about. Buddhism teaches us that there is no such thing as impossible. If we put our minds to it, we can achieve anything. Don't all these messages sound familiar? They are essentially the same concepts that motivational speakers and self-help books are trying to convey. They may seem said than done, but through the lengthy meetings that my guru imposed, I discovered that my mind could be trained to let go of limitations, even biological ones. Of course, many of these meetings were also stretched due to Rinpoche's manifestations of wrath on stubborn students. As he is an attained Lama, the manifestations of his wrath have the ability to purify a person's negative karma. Through his severe scolding, Rinpoche also aimed to jolt a person awake from his or her unruliness and urge them to turn over a new leaf. Unfortunately, some students were so set in their ways that even hours and hours of scolding from Rinpoche could not resolve the problem. Sometimes it was irksome to watch these students remain unmoved even after the many meetings we took up to counsel, cajole, or scold them. There was once when I even requested Rinpoche to put me into retreat so that I could spend time meditating in my room without having to deal with these obstinate individuals. However, Rinpoche taught me that I should not give up on anyone, no matter how difficult they may be. As we each have been through many lifetimes, there is a possibility that everyone around us had once been our fathers or mothers in our past lives. Hence, we are indebted to them. Doing whatever it takes to help them is one way of showing our gratitude. I now realize that Rinpoche tirelessly trains his students from care, love, and compassion. As Rinpoche's students, we are exposed to his compassion for all sentient beings. I have personally witnessed his gentleness even when communicating with spirits. Hence, I aspire to emulate his big heart. However, true compassion requires us to go all the way. We cannot set out to assist someone and then abandon them when the going gets tough. It may seem hopeless to change a stubborn mind, but if we persevere, we may have a breakthrough. I truly understood this when one of Rinpoche's students sought to run away with another boy. This resulted in a blow up. Rinpoche channeled intense wrath to stop the two boys, but they were determined to leave. Hence, Rinpoche wanted to throw them out. I begged Rinpoche to let me try talking to them. If you do that, you change the course of their karma, said Rinpoche fiercely. Are you willing to take on their karma? I said yes, but inside I was stumped on what to do next. All I knew was that I wanted to help them. I decided that I would not give up on talking to them. They came to my house and we discussed all night until 5 or 6 a.m. While they insisted on running away, I kept telling them, no, what you are talking about is not logical. I had no idea if I was doing it right. To my relief, both decided to stay. The same could not be said of many other students, unfortunately. They complained that Rinpoche was being too harsh on them. Not only did they abandon their guru, they badmouthed Rinpoche on websites and social media. However, they did not see the intention behind Rinpoche's wrathful or unconventional methods. If Rinpoche did not care about them, he would not have spent so much time and energy in training their minds. It would have been easier to just please all his students and watch the donations roll in. However, that is not what a Dharma teacher does. A Dharma teacher corrects our wrongdoings to keep us on the right track, and this guidance never ends. I'm 63 years old now, and I am still being trained by Rinpoche. He is always reminding me that I should be prepared, that every breath I take may be my last. These are not pleasant reminders, as no one likes to think about their death, but they help me to be constantly mindful of what my priorities are, to live in Dharma. There are many things I still don't know about dying, but I'm certain of one thing. I would rather drop dead doing something that benefits others than by choking on food while pigging out at a buffet or suffering a heart attack while having bondage sex. Excuse me. I gain a new lease of life with Dharma, and I'm going all the way with it. And so that's the end of Pastor Henry's sharing. And as Pastor Henry had mentioned, Rinpoche spent hours, sometimes correcting and helping his students, helping us. Yes, I've actually been those sessions before, and Rinpoche can get very wrathful in those sessions, but with very good motivation, because if gentle ways does not work, and after much cajoling or talking with the students, Rinpoche would use wrathful ways to help the student overcome whatever obstacles or of the mind or maybe karma that the student may be facing in the future that will be harmful to the student. So Rinpoche would use this method to actually help the student, but it's always out of compassion. Sometimes, yes, it's a bit difficult to take the wrathful method, but Rinpoche is really willing to be in the person's bad books or being hated or what not, just to actually help the students. And as I've shared previously, that Rinpoche is a very, very highly attained Lama who has clairvoyance and who's able to know the direction that the student is heading. And as such, sometimes Rinpoche would really need to use a lot of methods, to help whatever that works to help the student, because Rinpoche actually cares for the student. So anyway, thank you for sharing your time with me, and I'll be sharing from another student's story in my next session. So now we end this with a completion dedication in English. Sorry. May the precious body mind, where it is not born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase forevermore. May the precious emptiness, where it is not born, arise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase forevermore. May this merit accumulated by myself and others beneficially serve all sentient beings and the Buddha Dharma, and especially may the essential teachings of the unerring Master Tsongkhapa become clear and enduring. In all my rebirths, may I not be parted from perfect gurus. Let me enjoy the abundance of the Dharma, perfecting the qualities, stages, and paths. May I quickly attain the rank of Vajradhara Buddha. By this virtue, may I quickly realize Guru Buddhahood and transfer each sentient being into that enlightened state. May all conducive conditions arise and all obstacles be pacified in order to increase infinitely the doctrine of the spiritual king Tsongkhapa. By the merits of the 3 times of myself and others, may the doctrine of Lama Tsongkhapa blaze forever. At dawn or dusk, at night or midday, may the 3 jewels grant us their blessing. May they help us to achieve all realizations and sprinkle the paths of our lives with various signs of auspiciousness. May the holy teachers have long lives. May the enlightened activities be fully displayed in the 10 directions. And may the brightness of the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa continuously dissipate the veil of darkness covering the beings of the 3 realms. In this land encircled by snow mountains, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chenrezig remain in this life until samsara's end. Whom grant me here and now appropriate attainments without exception. Grant increase of the entourage, teachings, and wealth, O mighty Shukden. So thank you for joining me, and please do join me as I share in another student's accounts in my next session.